Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl Rachel Real, guys. I'm back with another video. Just bear with me because I'm just getting the hang of this YouTube thing. But it's very important to me that I reach the YouTube community as well as inclusive to my podcast. So, as I mentioned in the last video, I'm really just trying to do both. So, today, I've been kind of like putting it off and putting it off. I'm just a natural kind of girl. I just want you guys to get the information, people who are out there struggling, especially this time of year. If I wait until I can make it perfect and all of that good stuff, you guys won't get this information. And then only my podcast listeners will get the information. So I'm trying to do both. So I'm going to record inclusive to recording this video so that I can upload it to YouTube and as well as have it on Spotify, Apple, and the other podcast platforms. So again, it's more important to me, again, to get the information out there, to make sure, people who are out there struggling. I know what helped me when I was going through before I got healed and became a thriver. It was very important that I listened to other people who I felt could relate to me, people who had similar experiences and stuff like that. To hear them talk about it, it made me understand, okay, I'm not crazy, because this whole narcissistic thing was just very, very bizarre to me to even think that I could end up with somebody who had that personality trait. So once I concluded that they did, I've been on this journey, dropping episodes after episodes, just really, really trying to help people get through this crazy traumatic experience. This is a time of year where a lot of people are vulnerable, which is why I'm just led to get the content out there, stop trying to make it perfect or anything like that. So I'm recording this video in hopes that, it reaches the right people and help you, with your healing journey. There are those who are doing fine, but there are a lot of them who are not. It can be male or female. There's no gender specific. It's one of those things where, again, dealing with a narcissist is such a crazy experience, because even if you're out of it, you still have certain feelings that, whether it's a person who's yearning for them, or whether it's, one could say, how do you yearn for somebody who treated you so badly? This stuff is real. I just thank God that I'm out of it, and I am so here to help people to get out of it as well. Like, pull you guys through, just pull you through. You can do it. You can do it. I know now it's the holidays, things close. After a while, people are just kind of like, just settling down, and you can't just always go because the store is going to eventually close. Like, some people try to heal with just doing a lot of shopping and going and working and stuff like that. And this is that time of year where things will kind of get quiet. You got to get through the holidays. You got to get through Christmas. You got to get through New Year's and Valentine's Day, guys. I am here to help you. Like, don't even allow that stuff, those holidays and things like that, to wear you down. What you're feeling is real. So let me start my podcast as well, so that I can do two, but I just wanted to give you heads up so you guys will know exactly what I'm doing with this particular video. So here you go. Let's record. So yes, I'm recording my podcast and doing my YouTube video at the same time, guys. This is what your girl will do when she's learning, but the most important thing is getting the content out there. So today I want to talk about ruminating. Stop ruminating over the narcissist. I say it again. Stop ruminating over the narcissist. Stop thinking about them. I know it's easier said than done. We're going to talk about it. Some of the things that you can do to help you. So yeah. I'm recording my podcast and I'm doing my video. So if you see me looking back and forth, that's what I'm doing. But I'm here to support you. So it's your girl, Rachel Real. My podcast is called You Ain't Crazy. And I give information and support to individuals who have found themselves in a narcissistic relationship. You might not know what the crap you're in. You might be still confused, like, Lord, please, somebody help me, please, Lord. So I am a survivor, thriver from being in a 5-year narcissistic relationship. Didn't know what it was, had no clue until I started doing the research and realized that my spouse at the time was checking all of the boxes, including alcoholism. So I was dealing with both. It was just a nightmare. This time last year was just crazy. I just thank God that I made it through. I thank God that I survived it. And I went into learning how to be a coach to help other people, coach them along as well, and different things that helped me. The one thing that really, really helped me, to be honest, aside from therapy and counseling and coaching and things like that, was just getting educated. So I say to you, and talking to people who have gone through it, listening to them, listening to different podcasts, watching YouTube channels and listening to them, that helped me a lot, because I really didn't run into people who were therapists or counselors that I knew who actually, excuse me, I gotta charge this phone, what the world? That I knew who understood, and you might find yourself getting gaslit by them. So just to put the disclaimer out there, I am a life coach, a relationship life coach, / divorce coach. I help individuals mitigate through divorce, just doing it peacefully. That's another conversation, but feel free to drop a comment in my inbox if you need some help with strategizing your divorce. I am a divorce coach. And here we go, guys. Again, I'm very informal. What you see is what you get. It is about talking. And again, I don't know if I said it, I am a certified life coach my main focus is helping people to go through the divorce process, coaching you with creating your team, doing it peacefully, so that whether it's the male, whether it's the female, helping you to mitigate through that process to the point where you do it the right way, especially keeping the kids as your main focus, and making sure, you don't get dirty with the other person if they're trying to. Just do it peacefully so that the kids aren't as affected, negatively, that how they would be if you didn't do it that way, and if you didn't have a life coach helping you. So today I want to talk about, again, stop ruminating over the narcissist. All you're going to do is really torture yourself doing it. And don't get me wrong, I understand you're going to have feelings. I just don't want you to get stuck there. That's when it hurts the most. You're going to have feelings about somebody who faked it. This person who you thought you were in love with was just a fake person. I've said it in other episodes on my podcast, You Ain't Crazy, and I have to get those uploaded over onto YouTube, which I'm in the process of doing. It's like probably 50 episodes out there. But this is my second video for YouTube. But again, talking about ruminating, it's that time of year. You might sit back, you might think about them, you might think about what your future could have been like. It might make you sad, and God bless you Lord help you if you have children with them. The child or children is a beautiful thing. That is not a mistake, but you have to come to grips with recognizing and understanding that the reality is you were involved with a fake person. And just to give you some tips on how to get through the ruminating part, think about what they did. Every time you think about them, remind yourself of the pain that they caused you, of the drama that they caused you, just the lying and the backstabbing and the manipulating and the gaslighting and the silent treatment. All of the things that they did to you, write it down. If you got to get a pad, write it down. My girl, Keisha B, you know me, she has, check out her website. It's called Hit the Reset. She actually has these notebooks and some other planners and things like that. Check her out, support her. But yeah, write it down. Write it down. Get a pen. Anytime that you're thinking, this is a tip for you. I'm serious. When you are thinking about that narc, think about everything that they did. Do not fall for this vulnerable moment where you might get a phone call, you might get a gift, only to get discarded at the beginning of the year or mid-year, at the middle of January or sometime like that. So if you're feeling like you're getting weak and you want to go back, they're just going to treat you worse. So understand that ruminating is real. Just balance it out and try these tips. And the tips are get educated, because if you get educated, you get all of the knowledge that you can. Believe these people when they're telling you their experiences, and you hear us, pretty much we're all consistent. Like our experiences, for the most part, especially with the covert narc, they're really similar experiences where you go through the love bombing, you go through the devalue, then you go through the discard, then you get you get hoovered right back in. That's the process. So each time you go back, when you're thinking, oh my gosh, he said he's going to change, or she said she's going to change. So, we're going to work this out, and the new year is coming. So let's get back together because we want to do it right. And we made our New Year's resolutions, and we're really going to get this thing together. It's a fresh year. Let's do this right. Honey, you go back, it's going to be 10 times worse. Narcs do not change. Period. People, you will hear them say, oh, they can change. Anybody can change. I was there too. The only way, it doesn't even make sense, but I'm going to mention it. The only way that they can even think about changing is if they are in constant therapy, consistent therapy, like once a week at least. I would say daily, but at least once a week. And they are saying they know. Not somebody told them to go. They know, and they've identified what their problem is. They can admit to say, hey, you know what? I don't know what it is. My personality goes up and down. I want to try to do right, but these voices keep telling me to do something else. If they really, really can identify what's going on with them, then they can go get help, and they know they need help. That way, when they're falling short, they can be like, okay, I know, I'm self-aware now. They have to be a self-aware narcissist. And you can't tell a narc that they're a narcissist because they're going to manipulate you. They're going to gaslight you. They're going to turn around and tell you that you are everything that you're saying they are. Not only tell it to you, they're going to tell other people, like smear your name, smearing campaign. They're going to do anything. It's so sick, and which is why I'm on this journey, and I've committed to make sure I continue to give support to individuals who have found themselves in this crazy relationship or marriage. Probably was in it for years. I'm just so happy to see people who are really, really speaking out and raising awareness about this crazy personality. And it's not just with men, it is women too. Period.com. It is women as well, guys. So it's not, you have a lot of men and people with all of these issues. When people show you who they are, believe them. So back to the ruminating, you will think and have these excessive thoughts about them because your brain feels like, this is that person that you fell in love with. And don't beat yourself up. I surely didn't, because at the end of the day, they're coming as if they are one person, and that's who you're going to fall for. Nobody's thinking that somebody's going to show up and be a fraud. Who has time to do that? Who has time to show up and be a fraud? That takes too much work. I had to get honest with myself, because at the end of the day, I am not sitting up here thinking that people, grown ass people, are literally going around faking. Especially a man. You're literally acting like somebody else. This really wasn't you. I had to come to grips with that. I can laugh about it now, guys, but let me tell you, when I was in it, that mess wasn't funny. It was horrible. Horrible. I kept trying to just go back to the books. Like, I know this is not somebody I married. I know that. Like, I'm not trying to think that my intelligent behind missed it. So what helped me out was keep reading, keep, like, if you see that personality, like, okay, this is a grown man. Why is he silent? Why does he have the silent? Why is he giving me the silent treatment over something small? Like, the punishment never fit the crime. And that's how it is with narcs. Why I started to be able to clock it, like every 3 to 4 days, I knew this personality is going to shift. Never knew what it was. Then I noticed that you never take ownership or accountability for nothing you do. It's always my fault all of the time. Had to look that up. What makes a person not take accountability? What makes a person always blame somebody else? Like, it didn't seem real. That's why I was like, research. Let me read. And he was just checking all of the boxes, like the silent treatment. What grown man, you can't say what's bothering you, or they probably don't say it because they know it's so stupid and trivial that you will probably feel like a fool bringing it up, especially as an adult, So it's like thinking of that. And if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, guess what? It is a duck. And you got to come to reality to say, let me get out stop being in denial. Stop denying it. You're in denial. Stop being in denial. Accept the fact that whoever that person was that you thought you fell in love with, it's not really them. They are a person who has a mental illness, a personality disorder. Don't wait until somebody diagnosed them, because you got to go and get help to be diagnosed. And they're so good that they can pull the blinders over the eyes of the therapist, the counselor. They can do that, especially if it's a counselor or therapist who has never been in a relationship with a narcissist. It's a difference. I'm telling you, when you can speak on it, but if you're really in it, you wouldn't dare gaslight the person who's coming and telling you what their experience is. So yeah, guys, I know it can be hard. It can be difficult. That's why the name of this podcast and this channel is called You Ain't Crazy, because you're not crazy. What you're feeling is very real. It's very real. And as soon as you own it, as soon as you really understand and become self-aware and be honest with yourself that you're probably is married to a narcissist, or you're probably in a relationship with them, whatever the case may be, if they're checking the boxes, you got to educate yourself, because once you come to grips with it, you'll stop trying. You'll stop ruminating and try to think of something else, and you'll understand that it is common for the brain to feel like, that person that was fake because they were fake, but you thought that they were real. So you developed that bond and just that relationship who you were in. That's why it's such a crazy experience, because you literally can fall in love with a character. And that's exactly what happened to me, falling in love with a character, somebody who they studied, whether it was on TV, it can be anybody, or the relationship that they were in before you. They probably gave it during the love bombing phase, they basically did everything that the other person probably was complaining that they didn't do or wasn't doing. So they're going to take it to the other relationship and hope that it works with that relationship. Like, these characters, it's just crazy. So when your mind is thinking like you're missing them, oh my gosh, and you feel sad and you want to cry, back to taking some writing down, journal it. What did they, or even if you think about, what did they do to me? Because some people be like, don't think about what they did to you. Absolutely. That was my defense. That was my protection. That was my brain's way of protecting me, because I had to be like, do I miss somebody lying on me, backstabbing and being aggressive with me, masculine aggression? Do I miss somebody bullying me, talking about me, triangulating me, like doing all kinds of stuff? Do I miss that? Do I miss walking in the house and not having peace and arguing over Lord knows what? You find yourself defending stuff that you never even did. Do I miss that? Okay, whatever my brain is doing, we want to switch it up. So you redirect that energy into something positive, something that makes sense. So whenever you're ruminating and thinking about that character who was a fraud or is a fraud, you redirect yourself, redirect your thinking to something that empowers you. And if you have children, just love on your children, love on your family members. You know, maybe a lot of the times narcissists will break up families, you know, so you got to just start with yourself, forgive yourself, and just put that time into building up yourself. And as you go into the new year, think about that. Think about what's right for you, not the narcissist. Don't even worry about, you know, that. Again, I can't stress it enough. Think of everything. If that helps you, think of everything, because I know it helped me, because I went back several times. A lot of the times they say you got to go back like 7 times before you finally get it. But I didn't have all of this stuff. I didn't know about all of the literature and the podcasts and the channels and the people. You know, I have no problem dropping names, you know, of the different people who I got help from. One of them is Dr. Romani. I think she spells a name Ramani, Dr. Romani. I talk about her. The T on MPD, check her channel out. Dr. Romani, she has a YouTube channel too. Who else do I like? Mental illness, he's a diagnosed narc. Ain't mad with him. He does drop a lot of good content. Like, he's in therapy though. He's a self-aware narcissist. So just to hear him speak and talk about certain things, it helps in terms of to understand, because when you understand, that's when you really can begin to heal. Once you understand, and I promise you that ruminating will happen less and less and less. Like, I can think about my ex husband. However, it's not the same thought, and it's not bad thoughts like I want something to happen or anything like that. It's that thought of, I know I'm not missing you, opposed to before, I used to think I had that feeling because I was missing him. And then when I got back with him, because we broke up, got back, broke up, got back. When I got back with him, I was so angry with myself, like, how'd you get back here? Why did you do it? Why did you come back? And it just was worse. It got worse and worse, as if that spirit was like, oh, you want some more of this? You want some more? You came back again? So when I finally left for the last time, and it's been going on a year, where it's completely no contact. You can't, now if you have children, you go Great Rock and you have the minimum amount of contact. Meaning if you have the children, it's all child related, nothing else. You know, hi, how you doing? That's it. Pick up the child and go on about your business. No contact is very, very important because of the manipulation that they can do. And who wants to keep getting pulled in, hoovered in, for somebody to act as if they're remorseful for what they took you through, that things are going to be better. Yes, let's try to make this work. Oh, I was missing you so much. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, I was missing you too. And then you get back and the stuff starts all over again, but worse. Each time, I am not lying, each time it was worse and worse and worse. It never got better. It was worse. And that's why when I finally did leave, it was no contact. It took me probably 3 months just to text him to sign the divorce papers. That's it, literally. And I was like, look, and thank God he agreed to do it. Look, just hang it on the door. I will pick the papers up. That way I don't have to serve you and we don't have to wait all of that time. And that's it. Other than that, that was done. If I see that man on the street or something like that, hi. And that's only if we make eye contact. Hi, keep it moving. No conversations. I don't care what he's doing, what he ain't doing. That's when you know you're on a good road to your healing. You're not going to care about what they're doing, who they're with, who they're not with. It doesn't matter. It's like they never even existed. But the rumination is real. It will come into your mind, but don't be fooled thinking that that means to go back and talk to them. No, it's just a natural response for you to think, what did they do to me again? Oh, I don't want no dealings. I don't want to talk to them, because the minute you do, you're just welcoming that spirit back in to torture you worse than what they did before. Take that time to get your healing on. And Lord knows, if you have children, guys, put your kids first. Don't argue in front of the kids. Don't bring them all of that drama and energy. They don't deserve that. They don't. They can't help that, who you got involved with and who you chose to mother your child or father your child is has a narcissistic personality. They don't have anything to do with that. What you want to do is make sure you show up for them, that you don't breed another narcissist. Make sure, and hopefully you're not a narcissist. So, but this day and time, guys, you just never know. Okay, you never know. All right. So I'm getting ready to round this up. I'm gonna wrap it up. And again, my videos are very informal. When I feel led to say something, I want to drop by to give you some encouragement, to let you know you got this. You are not crazy. Having thoughts about the person that you were involved with who love bombed you is very real. Who wouldn't? If somebody's being nice to you, they're doing everything that you can want a person to do. Making sure, they'll act like they have empathy. They'll act like they're understanding. I remember I used to tell people, oh, he's my best friend. Oh, we have pillow talk. Oh, we do. He just did everything he thought I'd like or things he heard me say, because I pretty much gave up all the information for him to do. All he had to do was mimic it, and when you're doing that, it's like you're building something. I'm not even thinking that you're faking. It seemed very, very real, until the mask slips. When that mask slips and that light bulb, something goes off in them and be like, oh, this is a real person who can make mistakes. They are not idealizing you anymore. It's like, oh, geez, you forgot to put the dishes in a dishwasher, or you forgot to call me when you said you were going to call me, or you didn't pick up your phone when you went to get groceries for the house. Like, it can be anything dumb. And all of a sudden, they're out. They check out. And meanwhile, you're like, what happened to the person I fell in love with? Where did he or she go? Please come back. Come back. That's it, guys. They're not. They weren't ever real. You were basically in love with yourself. So when you're ruminating, just keep in mind, you are pretty much ruminating over a fake person. When you're thinking about, oh, our future, oh, it could be so great. Oh, we can have a family. They're going to do better. I just need to put more time in. I just need to get counseling. I just need to get help. Like, you're blaming yourself, or you're putting all the load on you. If it's not reciprocated and they've already checked off all the boxes, because I'm not telling you that you're involved with a narc. This is for those who know that they are, because whoever you're with checks all of the boxes. Okay. People will show you who they are. Believe them. Believe them. I ain't even mad with the narcissist who I divorced, because at the end of the day, he showed me just who he was. I was making excuses for the behavior because I wanted the relationship, the marriage to really, really work. I didn't want a second divorce. I wanted it to really work. Because one thing I wasn't going to do is stay in something that was not good for me. I gave it a great fight, a good fight. But at the end of the day, when somebody is battling alcohol addiction, inclusive to narcissism, man, you're talking, I thought I was losing it. Again, back to the title, You Ain't Crazy. I had to come to grips with, okay, Rachel, you are not crazy. Okay. This person has a personality disorder, and you got to come to grips with it. When are you going to come to grips with it? Or are you going to find yourself crazy? You will become crazy if you deal with that. So you got to go no contact. If you have kids, go gray rock. If you're in the situation, you really need to plan your exit. I'm just letting you know. And as a certified life coach who focuses on relationships as well as divorce strategies in a peaceful way, I'm not encouraging divorce unless you are truly with a narcissist and they're checking off those boxes and you find yourself like losing who you are, because they will steal your identity. They will suck the life out of you. And I don't want to see that happen to people. So yes, I am a big advocate on, If you are with a narcissist, you need to dissolve the relationship, pointblank.com. It is what it is. It will never get better, especially if they're not self-aware, they're not getting help. Focus on yourself, focus on making sure, you know, you know your worth. You value yourself enough to know you don't deserve to be mistreated. You don't deserve for anyone to yell at you. Definitely nobody putting their hands on you, anybody disrespecting you, definitely in front of family, friends, and your children. No, that is, all of those things are totally unacceptable. And if you got away from it and you're thinking, you know, because things have kind of calmed down and you're like, maybe I can call them. Maybe I can take their calls. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Understand that ruminating is real. You will think about them, but redirect that energy to doing something that empowers you. Write down the stuff that they did just in case you forgot. Once you start writing, it'll come back to your memory. That way, use that as your defense to understand this is a real feeling. It's okay. If you got to cry, let it out. Cry. You know, if you have that one person that you can talk to and you can trust, definitely, I don't care who it is. If it is a person who's a mutual friend to the narcissist, do not share anything with them. I don't even care if it's a family member. If they are still talking to the narcissist and they're still friends with the narcissist, I'm sorry, you don't have to not talk to the person, but don't share any information about what you're going through with somebody who's still in communication with the narcissist. That is a no-no, because they can say the least little thing and the narcissist will turn it around. You can say good morning. If they tell the narc, you know, I spoke to Jamie this morning and she said good morning, the narcissist will turn that thing around, try to come back to you. Oh, I talked to so-and-so told me all about you, so-and-so said this and they said that, and John said you said this, and John said, like, they will twist that thing all around, and the only thing that person said was so-and-so said good morning. So that's why you can't say nothing. That no contact is real, and definitely they're called flying monkeys, those people who go right back to the narcissist. You know, and you can even be like, look, don't tell them anything I said. Don't tell them you talked to me, da 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 da. They're going to think that the narcissist is okay for them to say that to, because they don't get it, because they're not involved with them. And the narcissists treat everybody else great other than you. You know, if they were in a relationship with them, then they would treat them terribly. So, and when I say relationship, it can be any relation, like a parent, child, sibling, whatever. Whoever is closest to them is who they treat the worst. So don't make the mistake with thinking that you have a confidant with somebody who actually still is in communication with the narcissist. You have to find, and during your healing, until you're strong enough, you have to find someone who you trust in terms of, and not set yourself up to be betrayed. Because again, the narcissist will use a person, even in their innocence, they will use them against you. And you'll find somebody who you always got along with, no longer y'all will fall out just because of the narcissist. They don't stop. So the way that you control that is you don't give them any information. Nobody who still talks to them or deals with them or anything like that. Find somebody else, get a coach. I'm here. Feel free to drop a comment, you know, to set up some one-on-one sessions. If you're going through a divorce and you need a divorce coach to help you create your team, because you do need a team. When you're going through a divorce, you need a team. You know, you need a coach, you need that confidant, you might need a therapist, you might need a counselor, a lawyer. I can help you with what kind to choose. You know, some of the stuff I can help you with that you may not need to spend as many hours on the clock with, and not to take away from the legal aspect of it. It just depends on the situation, where if it's just filing some papers or writing up some documents, those are things that I can help out with, but it's on a case by case basis, and definitely keeping the peace that the kids are always the primary focus, you know, to make sure you dissolve the situation peacefully, because narcissists are very manipulative, and there's a way you have to go about dealing with them, and I can help you with that as well. So again, if you're interested, drop a comment. Feel free to email me at a message for Rachel@gmail.com or youaintcrazy@gmail.com. use that one, youaintcrazy@gmail.com. And crazy is spelled Crazee. So you ain't crazy. I'm sorry, Crazey. So all of this stuff is new, guys. So it's youaintcrazy, Crazey@gmail.com. Should you need any kind of help or need someone to talk to, again, I can coach you along the way. You can sign up for my services. They're very affordable. And I can give you that one-on-one to kind of point you in the right direction through, while you're going through your healing journey from this traumatic experience. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you. If you're someone who's crying, you're distraught, or you feel like you're losing your mind, you don't know what to do, I pray that you are ready to start your healing journey. You've made that decision to start, focusing on yourself, to focus on just hitting the reset and understanding, what this is that you are experiencing, to know that you're not crazy, to work on personal development. And again, I have a referral for you for Hit the Reset. If you have, you might need some kind of trauma intervention, you can go to hitthereset.com with Keisha B. She has her website there. These are just great resources, guys, to get you through, because you can't do it alone. So I can talk all day long, but again, I just dropped by to give you encouragement, to let you know you got this. Stop ruminating, redirect that energy, redirect those thoughts. It's just the mind basically, it's natural to want to feel that original feeling, because it's almost like a high. You want that feeling back, but unfortunately, realistically, it's never going to happen with a narcissist. And that's what you got to come to grips with. It's just never going to happen. So I say to you, redirect that energy, redirect your thoughts, write the thoughts down that, reminds you of what they did to you and what you walked away from, or what you want to get away from. That way, that should give you some type of strength and encouragement every time you feel like, I want to call them. I'm missing them. It's going to get better. They're going to listen to me this time. No, they're not. It's not going to happen. So love you much. Peace and blessings to you. Your girl, Rachel Real, is out. Peace out. Bye.